Hello everybody. I've decided to make a video about kohlrabi, the vegetable, and that's a little unusual, and I wanted to show you how I prepare it. These are a couple of kohlrabi I just harvested out of the kitchen garden. They're very nice. They have large greens and they've bulbed up very nice. They're about the size of a softball or so. And these were grown from Stokes seeds, and this is the variety called Winter. And I've tried several other varieties, including white and purple, early Vienna, super schmelz, and I have trouble with them consistently bulbing up. This variety, Winter, maybe 90% of the plants bulb up nicely. The seeds are a little expensive, but it's worth it. And I planted these at about 6 to 8 inch spacing, and they've turned out really nice. If you've never had kohlrabi, well, the bulb part tastes a lot like a broccoli stem, but maybe a little more mild. And the greens are outstanding, and I'm going to be cooking both of these. Okay, first I'm going to remove the leaves. And since this is just right out of the garden, it's extremely crisp and brittle. So there's one. And any yellow leaves you should just leave in the compost pile. And there's another one. Okay, now I'm going to peel the bulb. This is the tip or apex. This is much more tender than the base. The base is real fibrous and woody. Without cutting off your fingers. So there it is. It's pretty hard. And then I'm just going to cut off as much of the skin as I can here without taking the bulb away. Okay, and I'll work on the other side. It should come right off. Yeah. And then I'm just going to cut very shallowly to remove the epidermis. And then I'll use the vegetable peeler to get the rest of it. Oh, about like that. And on the base, you want to go down a little more till it lightens up, just so you're getting through those fibers. That's about good. Now I'll work on the other one. Now I'm going to cut the bulb up. I cut them into pieces about this big, and they'll get very tender and succulent when we cook them. Now in this pan we have about 5 cloves of crushed garlic and 1 diced onion and a couple tablespoons of olive oil. And I'm going to turn that up. Give it some salt and a little pepper, and then I'll dice up the other bulb and we'll get that cooking. The onions have already been cooked until they're clear. Okay, I'm going to do the other bulb now. Okay, I'm going to prepare the greens. Just going to take them off the midrib. Mid rib is very fibrous. And then what I do is I just wad them up, roll them into a cigar, cut lengthwise and then crosswise. Okay. So here are the greens all cut up and washed, and you just drain these and add them. Okay, then I'm going to turn the heat up and we're going to cook this a little while till it's wilted, and then we'll let it simmer for a while. I'm on medium heat. Okay, the leaves have wilted, and I'm going to just mix it up and then let it cook on low for a while to soften up the bulb. And if it gets dry, I'll put in a little water. Okay, so it's all cooked. The kohlrabi is just tender and tastes really, really good. So now what I'm going to do, there's many ways to finish this. We often use oyster sauce, or you could do a curry or whatever, but I'm going to do a cheese finish. So this is just grated sharp cheddar. Put in a little bit of that, and then a little bit of feta cheese, just a little bit, and then I'll stir it up, and it's ready to eat. And that's it.